Welcome to 1111, where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. I almost forgot the title of this segment, but it's a segment where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. Today's topic is The Four Agreements, which is the book that I read for the month of March because I I realized that I don't read as much and I love reading, but I was like, you don't read as much, dude. So I made it a goal for me to read a book every single month. And fun fact, this is the first book I've been able to finish for the month of March, which I'm like super happy and like super like happy for me because I it took me a lot of like self-discipline, I feel like, and a lot of self like working to be able to read this book. I know I sometimes exaggerate, but let me tell you, I realized that I need to stop going on TikTok during the week because it does not allow me to focus on my mind and my goals and what I like to do. Two, I realized that going on walks while reading is the best thing for me to do. Like I sometimes used to get dizzy or like not dizzy but like nauseous like walking and reading, but not anymore. Like my body and my mind got used to it, so I love that. Um I really want to try reading while doing like running or on the bike or something. Like not on an actual bike, but like a stationary bike because that seems very fun. So maybe for the month of April, I can probably do that with my new book. My new book is called For Small Creatures Such as We. I haven't even read anything because this week has been very busy for me, but that's okay. We're here to talk about my pride and joy, one of my favorite books. Actually, when I told one of my best friends that I was reading this, she was like, "Oh, my mom made me read that when I was like 8." And I was like, that is insane, and that's a good parent. Like I sometimes forget that like there's really like not woke parents that give their kids such an like such a good book that this is as a young age. So I feel like when I have kids, I'm going to be giving them this book. I'm going to be giving them a playlist full of good music, such as like Good Days by SZA, Telepatia by Caliuchis, um Omar Apollo, Western my by McGee. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, but or that song by K Tronada. Just like stuff like that. I feel like we should pass down stuff to kids, not like religion. Anyways, but our book, The Four Agreements. I absolutely loved this book. I also realized as I was reading this book that I think since I didn't go to high school, I mean, I did go to high school. Since I was homeschooled, I didn't really get the full like English experience. So what I did with this book was that I annotated or like I analyzed with the sticky note every single page. So right, okay, let's open to like this random page. So this says, sin is not real, nothing is a sin. We are all human, we learn as we live and exist, and we don't blame ourselves for messing up, but just take it as a learning lesson and move on. No guilt is necessary. That is what I learned from that page. And isn't that the most beautiful thing you've ever heard? Because I feel like some people grow up with religion and they are, being held down by like, that's a sin. You should not be doing that because that is sinful. Guess what, Gorge? Sin is not real. It is all man-made. Done. I just really, I cannot express how much I love this book. Two, I cannot tell you to buy this book like right now. Run to your nearest Target, run to your nearest Barnes and Noble. Maybe I'll even allow a little Jeff Bezos getting this money because it's such a good book. But basically the four agreements are here. I'll tell you right now. Be impeccable with your words. So basically, speak to yourself, speak to others, speak to your dog, speak to your 2-year-old brother, 2-year-old nephew, 2-year-old sister, 2-year-old whatever. Speak to them with the most kind, the most thoughtful things you can say because you never know how that will affect their lives. But it also says speak to yourself the same way. So because you never know how that will affect your life. If you tell yourself, "Oh, I can't do this. I don't have the potential," or "I can't do this. I'm not funny enough," or "I can't do this. I'm not pretty enough." You're going to believe these things. And they may not even be true. And they're not true because everything is up to you and how you bring it out. And also I'm really really strong on with like how do you speak to your kids. I try to speak to my nephews and nieces with like the most like loving things ever. Although sometimes they get on my nerves, but I always try to do it. I'm never trying to downgrade them or like treat them with disrespect or say mean nasty things to them, because you never know how this is going to affect their life. And it's just a really good lesson. So read that. Don't take anything personally. This is something that I've been learning throughout, this month of reading this book. It's like what people think about you, good or bad, who cares? It is not your business, because you know who you are deep down. You know who you are as a person. You know who you what you love, what you don't love. You know who you attract. You know what you like, what you bring to the universe. Like you should not allow what people say or what people do affect your energy. And that's what I've been trying to like tell myself. Don't take this personally, because one, you don't know what's going on through their brain. Two, you don't know if they're projecting, because they can be feeling these things and they just don't know how to lash it out. So don't take anything personally. The other one is don't make assumptions. And this one is very important to me, because I sometimes would be like, oh, they're mad at me, or oh, they're feeling this way towards me because I did this or I did that. Don't make assumptions. Just assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Just ask. Just be like, hey, are you feeling this way? I'm a very non-confrontational person. Like, I cannot do confrontation, because one, it's a little bit awkward. Two, I don't take it personally. I don't care. Live your life how you want to live your life. Like, I'm no one to confront you about something that you're doing unless it's affecting me or the people I love. But I don't even that. I literally just will ignore it or like block you or like just be like, whatever, you're acting crazy, and move on. Like, I really don't like overthink stuff. Like, don't make assumptions. If you want to know something, just ask. Be like, hey, do you like me? Yes or no? Hey, do you want to go to the movies? Yes or no? Or hey, do you like, or even this to yourself, be like, do you really like this job? Don't assume, but don't be like, I kind of like this job. Do you? Yes or no? But also, I feel like there's some beauty in like assuming, like being like, oh, they probably like me. There might be some beauty into that, or maybe we're just delusional. But I feel like misunderstandings can be horrible, especially in communication with your friends, with who you love, with anyone. So it's just like, don't assume. Just be like, if they're mad at you, who it's like, if you think someone's mad at you, did they tell you they're mad at you? Did they tell you that they feel some sort of way? So then don't assume. And then the next one is always do your best. This is probably one of my favorite like agreement that there could ever been, because I always tell myself this. I'm always like, do your best every single day, but don't like overwork yourself or beat yourself down if you're not doing the best as yesterday, because your best will look different every single day. It's not going to look the same way as yesterday. It's not going to look the same way as the other day. Doing your best every single day means something different every single day, because we're going through different things every single day. We don't live a robot life where it's the same things every single day. Maybe today I can do 3 workouts, I can kickbox, do weights, and then whatever. Maybe tomorrow I can literally just lay in bed, and that's my best of that day, because guess what, I at least drink water, and that's my best for today. I think it's sometimes we beat ourselves up when we don't do something, or we don't do what's normal or what's assumed for us to be doing. But sometimes doing our best can be brushing our teeth, or drinking tea, or walking our dog, or uploading an exam or something. Doing our best every single day is so important. And it's like, just tell yourself, just do your best, just try your best, just do it. And eventually you're going to do your best, because you're in this mindset where you're like, you know what, I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to achieve this, and I'm going to, I'm going to be the best from this, because I'm doing the best. But let's keep reading our sticky notes, because I actually really love that, and it just brings like random like context to you. So this one, gossip is horrible. Don't talk bad about people, because it's just a reflection of you. You're setting out poison to others. Negative energy keeps people down. And then I go, no. So yeah, don't gossip. That's like, mind your business. I already read that, the one about sin. Oh, we are raised like animals. Reward if we do something good, and punish if we don't. Well, as we grow up, we get this mindset that we act slash do things that will please others. For me, my mom, or my friends, just to make them happy slash be good enough. So it's like we're raised in this like social construct where we're always meant to like, wait, what did I say? um we're we always want to do good in order to get reward, and we should be doing good just to make us happy, you know. We believe everything our parents tells us because it's all we know, but sometimes we rebel. But the faith to your parents is harder to break. Whatever is passed on to us from the dreams that have been set, we agree because it's all we learn. But if we don't agree, we don't store it as soon as we agree. We believe it. It's just stuff like that that's so important to me, and stuff like that that I absolutely love about this book. Like, it's one of the most thought out books that I've ever read. I haven't read much, but everyone loves this book. Like, I was talking about it with my friends. They're like, love that book. Like, I cannot recommend this book enough. Please go buy this book, or stream it, Audible, whatever. I love this book. It's one of my favorite books in the whole entire world. It's The Four Agreements. Go read it on a walk. Anyways, love you so much.